All right, well, I just wanted to show off some of my collection of Trash Mob minis. My folder's bursting at the seams. I kind of conceded and need to split it into a couple other folders because it's getting a bit ridiculous. So I just thought I'd show them off in their entirety before I do, and give you some ideas about the best way to kind of store your paper minis and how to transport them around. What I do and what I find is kind of the best solution. So I've basically split all the minis up into as many kind of subcategories as I can, just to make them easier to try to track down what you want when you need it. It's not always that easy to kind of fit them in a kind of slot, but I've found this way it's when I'm playing, when things come up, I can just quickly just reference the little tags and flip and find the mini that I really want. So I'm using just normal card sleeves, so basketball cards or trading cards. They're really good because you can see back and front sort of arc, the art. They will slide out, so they're not completely stuck in there, especially if you've got a lot and they're kind of stacked on top of each other. They slip around a little bit, but as long as you're not tipping it upside down or banging it around, it's not really a problem. So to start with, I've got all my PC and NPCs. So these are all character sort of minis that players might want to use to represent their characters, or various NPCs we might meet along the way, or just kind of generic humanoid sort of minis that don't really slot into fit well into the other sort of categories I got in here. So most of these, well, about half I've made myself, just printing them out, cutting them out on the cutting board. We put packing tape around them just to protect them a little bit and gives them a bit of shine, and then just do Sharpie around the edges just to blacken them off. But I did also buy a whole heap from JP Creations. You can find him on Twitter. He's got a website as well. Amazing. His minis are super durable. I'm not sure what he's printing on, but it's almost feels like a plastic. They're a lot more durable than my paper ones, and they're safe from greasy fingers or water or texture, and just rub it off. And I find where you slot them into the bases is a lot safer with his minis as does mine, where the edges can get a bit banged up after time. But yeah, they look amazing, really colourful. The ones I do myself, I'll find a good example. Too many minis. So that's one I've done myself. So they're a little bit more kind of don't have that plastic sort of feel because it is just paper covered in packing tape, but still nice and durable. And it's just really these edges, slotting them in and out of bases that take a bit of a banging. So yeah, if you want an easy way to do it, because it is time consuming printing and cutting them all out, JP Creations is a really good way to go. Super nice guy, quick and easy. And he sells them in bulk lots as well. I bought one of everything, which is not the cheapest way to do it, but it just bang for buck. You just got so many minis out of it. So we'll just flick through Reptile Folk next. One of my favourite sections. I love some of the Yuntai creations. Are just so cool. Male Medusa is one of my favourite minis as well. I just love the design on that one. I play Lizard Folk Barbarian, so the Lizard Folk minis come in handy. I use them to kind of represent my character. And I've also got one with a saddle that's riding, which is cool. We were on an island recently chasing down dinosaurs and riding them, so I got to use not only the dinosaur minis out of here, but chuck my character on top so he could ride around when he was, which was cool. Salamanders, just one of the most colourful and beautiful sort of minis Trash Mob does. Certainly one of my favourite. And then we've got Cobalts and generic sort of, you can use them for little dragons or wyverns or whatever. He also does some frost Cobalts, which are really cool. They just come out. And we've got the Pokemon versions. You can run them as goblins or kobolds or find your own. I think someone did do rules for them online as well, which is cool. Cubone. Really love them. And then we go into our dinosaurs. Stipulab's moving. Which is, I bloody love these. They're super cool. You get a zombie, you get the alive version, zombie version, and a skeleton version of most of them as well, which is wild. It's kind of cool if you're playing like Tomb of Annihilation or one of those sort of in Shult, where there's lots of dinosaurs and undead sort of creeping around. Awesome. Then we go into dragons. It's a bit wonky. Some of these are 3D minis as well. They call them 2.5D minis, which is super cool. They can kind of flex them out, so they've got a little bit more 3 dimensions to them, which adds just that little bit to the tabletop, which is cool. Love that one. Fine ones. And then we go into just generic sort of monsters, you know, things you find in the caves or dungeons that you might want to play. Aboleth is one of my favourites. Owlbears, which are really cool. He does some cool Super Mario Brothers themed monsters as well. I love this guy. Monkey's cool. Minotaur is one of my favourites. It's hard to find a decent Minotaur mini, but I really like that one. Absolute favourite mini. These guys, Hook Fiends, Hook Horror, sorry. The creepy hooks. And next door is what are these guys called? Cake. I can't remember the name off my head. So I really love those. These guys are cool as well. All the 2.5D minis are pretty wild. There's some, I do have some of the Printable Heroes minis as well, which are awesome. They're not as kind of cartoony or animated as Trash Mob minis. They're slightly more realistic. Not all of them, but some of them do have more of a realism to them. So I love them as well. I just haven't had a chance to print that many of them, but they do fit in pretty nicely. Yeah, there's some more giants, ogres, hill giants, whatever you want to use them for. Frost giants, cool. And then the smaller generic sort of monsters, rust monsters, my favourites. And yeah, basilisk, yeah, cool. And then we've got plants, plant-like creatures. They all match up with the things either in Monster Manual or various other books that they've got going on. I love the little pygmy, veggie pygmies. They're awesome. Which are really cool. These vines come in handy for spells and things as well, which I quite like. Tomb of Annihilation, it's like an undead fetus, which is pretty wild. So these are all the undead ones, great range of skeletons, and something that's missing from other ranges is there's some of them are like goblins or orcs or even turtles, which is cool. So it's centaur there, so it's not just your generic human undead that you normally get. Little undead pup. Then we've got ghouls. I love the mummies as well, they're really wild. And then we get into some of the more recent ones. They're from Ghosts of Saltmarsh, so they've got more of a maritime sort of theme to them as well, which is really cool. And then you've got some of your bone nagas and flaming skulls and banshees and spirit host wraiths, that sort of thing, which is awesome. Fish folk, this is another one of my favourite sections. Just the character design and colours of these are amazing. I love them. And they carry on as well. This is again more from Saltmarsh. Match up with some of the newer entries in the Monster Manual. These are my hags. Really come in handy. Everyone bumps into hags every now and again. And there's various different colours as well, which helps with different encounters. Elementals, if you got firestone, water, wind, gargoyles down there as well, which kind of covers everything you might need. And you've got your larger versions, which are wild. Super. Some of these designs are amazing. So Trash Mob Minis is by far my favourite paper mini. Designer is just his art, his style is right up my alley. I love it. Generic animals. So if you've got a druid in your party or you're bumping into lots of things in the jungle, the woods, this always comes in handy. I've got a turtle druid in my group, and yeah, he's always using a lot of these for different transformations. Then there's some more like Pokemon version ones, little woolies and critters that you can easily swap in for whatever you might want to need. They keep going. We just released a like an NPC that was a pet merchant, so there was lots of little cool little pets that go along with it, which is pretty cool. We've actually got a cat in our party that tags along, and I've got a whistle that brings a dog for a couple of rounds, so that always comes in handy if you want to blow that. And then sea creatures. Again, at some point you're going to wind up in a river or in the sea fighting some aquatic life, so these come in handy. The sharks are awesome. You've got standard healthy, a bit damaged, and then you've got these undead versions which are wild. Really cool. Goblinoids, so you got your different orcs, male and female, which is cool. Chieftain sort of models, as well as your goblins, and little jungle versions as well, which is cool. So plenty of options. Hobgoblins, the bugbear is amazing. I love to see more bugbears. Yeah, plenty of styles, and covering the different versions you can get in different books as well, which is cool. And Gnolls, one of my favourites. I always love the Gnolls. So again, you've got all your different types that you can find in the books depending on how you want to play them as well, which is cool. Then we have the Modrons. These ones are free, I think, on Twitter. You can print them off for free and try them out, which is cool. I haven't. We've had a few summoned in by different magic users or different effects, so they've come in handy as well. Cool designs. Another one of my big favourites is the Oozes. Some of the designs of these ones are really cool, even the little ones. I've got, where's this guy? It's got a little skull hat on, which is awesome. And yeah, the main one there with the skull sort of floating around inside him. Then we have Demons and Devils. These ones are quite recent. They had a bit of an update with the Descent to Avernus as well. So you got some more heavy metal sort of additions to them to add in, sort of give it that sort of vibe. So just an example. Yeah, like your standard that came out before Descent to Avernus, and then he's done a bit of a reskin with the face plates and metal plates, and yeah, just a bit more of a metal sort of look, give it that sort of vibe. And same again, there's some more examples of it. The chain devils and things. It's cool. Love these Nollics. Really wild. We've got Spiderfolk. Again, standard. You're always going to bump into these. These ones are from Printable Heroes. It's got like wrapped up cocooned guys, which really come in handy if your characters get attacked and ensnared by the spiders. So again, different art style, but they fit in quite well and look really cool. Mimics. These ones are a big favourite online. They're quite cool. So you've got your standard sort of look that you can place in there, and when they get closer they can turn into the whatever version as well, which is cool. It's always good to visually represent that as closely as possible. Turtles. Awesome, there's hardly any turtle minis out there. These ones are really cool. Love to see a turtle druid. A player in my party's been waiting for one. So that'd be cool. And then we have Werefolk. Again, I love these bear folk guys, they're awesome. These ones I think are free online as well. It came out with for like Chinese New Year or something, but they look really wild. I really like that design. It's pull the right focus on. Tabaxi, now these aren't exactly Tabaxi. I think they came out for a sort of Japanese RPG that the guy who makes Trash World Minis was playing. So they've got pots on the head and weapons and things, but you could run as goblins or Tabaxi or whatever you like, and it's just elemental, demon, fae, whatever you want to run for that kind of spirit thing, which is cool. And then at the back, I don't know why I have these guys back here, but they should probably go in. Oh, there's a fae. Maybe I'm going to start a fae section, but I haven't got around to it yet. So that is what I've got in there, and then this one I've just got extra sleeves waiting for whatever come in. So I've got different sizes as well, depending on how big the minis are. You can find these online or eBay or whatever, they're really easy. These are good for your like large minis, and then anything bigger than that will fit in there as well. So it's very rare that you find anything that doesn't quite fit any of these. And then just in the back, I've got all my things to do or extra bits and pieces that I haven't got around to yet. And then it's no good not having any bases to put them on, so I cut around a little box. I keep my dice and dice tray in, chuck them on there. It keeps everything I need for the game, and then I have pretty large sizes, huge, and I don't really use the tinies very much, but I've got them there in case I need them. And then more from Printable Heroes, just different terrain and things just to add to the map. I'm actually a player, I'm not actually DMing, but I love bringing all this stuff along and bringing it out when he sets things up, just to add a little bit more for the party. These are really cool. I love the mushrooms, come in handy. We're cabin at the moment, so just add a little extra to it. All right, well, I'll leave it at that, but hopefully that gives you some inspiration and yeah, get cutting, get making.